Hey guys, welcome back to Drip and Farm for Poverty. I'm your host, Drip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all Forex Shark related projects. And yes, it's true. This is not clickbait. This will indeed onboard hundreds of thousands of users. You heard me. Hundreds of thousands of users into the Drip ecosystem, not wallets, users. And I'm going to show you how in this video. We're going to get into all the details about what the Drip Marketing DAO is, why this is the most bullish project that will launch for the Drip community this year, and how all of you can support it and get behind it. So first up, this image itself is not what's going to bring over $100,000 wallets into Drip. This is just an image that one of our Drip Marketing DAO members created, none other than Rock Ape. So the Drip Marketing DAO is myself, Scott the Investor, Rock Ape, and Big Rob Radio is also in the group, but he's kind of a silent partner at this moment because he's got a lot of stuff to come up with or to work on. So myself, I'm kind of taking the project manager role. So I took the idea that Rock Ape dropped and then threw him in a group and then kind of threw Scott into the group as well. And we started kicking off ideas and now we've run with it, created a safe and all that stuff. So we're going to get into exactly what it is, how it's going to work, and where the numbers I got come from. So first and foremost, if you haven't already, you can jump over into Twitter and check out Drip to Wealth stream that he did on March 15th. Scott held it down while myself and Rock Ape weren't available to speak in the beginning. Rock was still, unfortunately, had technical issues and couldn't join in, but you can listen to myself and Scott on this live stream, as well as head over to Rock Ape's channel and he will give you some of the additional details as well. But in this video, I'm going to break down some numbers and also explain, where this comes from and what it actually is and how it works. So first up, crypto, right? We've always talked about crypto adoption. So where is crypto actually the strongest currently? So there's an article here, February 2nd, 2022. They have this awesome chart. And what we can see is that crypto adoption is pretty decent in the US. It's like 0.25, I guess, but it pales in comparison to pretty much all of India. India has a huge amount of crypto adoption. And then what is this over here? Like Indonesia and stuff like that. Anyway, so my point is Asia is heavily saturated, not only in population, but in crypto adoption, right? And what's interesting about that is that if you look at the analytics on, for example, my channel, we see that Drip is primarily 50% of the drippers, because all I put is drip content. So this is a very good metric, right? 50% of the people that watch are coming from the US. So we know that Drip is primarily a US based investor base right now. But I'm literally showing you the data that global adoption is stronger in countries outside the US. And not only that, it has less gatekeeping and red tape. So if we want to see crypto get to the use cases that, take it out of the speculative asset space and something that we can actually utilize, then getting to this global adoption is going to be necessary. And these other players in these other countries are going to be part of that, right? So when we look at population, this is the top 10 most populous countries. You got China, India, and then number 3 is United States. But number 3, coming in a pale 334 million, we literally make up 12% of the population when you just add China and India. That's how small we actually are in comparison to population, and of course in comparison to the global adoption of crypto. So what I'm trying to get you guys to see, and I'm kind of painting this picture for you, is that we have a lot more probability and adoption outside of the US. And that is what this Drip Marketing DAO is all about. This was an idea that Rock Ape dropped. He's like, based off of his business he was running, tapping into markets outside of the US. Stop competing for the same slice of the pie and make the pie bigger. Much, much, much bigger. And on top of that, you guys know I am passionate about empowering the impoverished. Who benefits the most from crypto? It's the third world countries, the peoples whose currency has already been inflated to zero, the ones that don't have a global reserve currency like the US. They are the ones trying to escape they're already collapsed fiat Ponzi, whereas the bigger countries are trying to hold on to their fiat Ponzi. So these people are going to be the ones that are most incentivized, most passionate, most curious, and most eager to get in. And that's why this can and will be successful. So what is it that I'm talking about? Well, what I'm talking about is the drip marketing DAO, like I said, created by the brainchild of myself, Rockape, Scott the Investor, and Big Rob Radio. So what we did is we created a multi-sig wallet. And I'm going to leave that in the comments, but this is the actual wallet address, and it's a contract, and you'll be able to see it here. It's a Gnosis Safe proxy contract. What this means is it's basically, and you can create one yourself. So if you want to do the research, you can actually make one to have more secure security on your assets. But basically what makes this so secure is that it requires a couple of different signatures based off the people you gave access to before a transaction is confirmed. So right now, the three of us, Rockape, myself, and Scott the Investor, are in charge of this wallet. So one of us, any of us can submit a transaction, but it needs at least 2 out of 3 of us to confirm that transaction. And we're doing this as the community multi-sig wallet, basically. So from this point on, like I said, I'm going to leave this in the description. You guys will be able to donate to this, as well as the big thing we're trying to do, which is going to tie into the actual marketing aspect, is that we have created a garden under this wallet. And I'm sure you're asking, why did we make a garden? Well, we have decided that the garden is the easiest barrier to entry into the ecosystem with a already finished UI, even though it's going to move, but there's no things that are waiting, right? So it's done, it's been working. It has a liberation contract, so it makes it easy. Plus, the big thing is that we get a decent referral kickback for anyone that joins under it. So that means it will feed itself. Plus, we can actually double dip and help the community. So we'll be able to break apart the LPs, take the BUSD for the marketing side, and then burn or donate the drip to the tax vault. So it will feed itself and be able to kind of support the marketing campaigns that we want. So the initial capital will be created by the 3 of us, but then we are encouraging you all within the community to actually get out there and either send the LPs. Remember, there's no tax on the LPs. So if you claim from your garden or you make brand new LPs from maybe your Pigpen dividends, drop us a few. We'll take a few credited pieces of LPs to get this kickstarted. And ironically, this is exactly what the community has been looking for. So if you check into the Drip Telegram, you'll see people in here actually saying, why don't we all just put $1 on for marketing? So why don't we all just put $1 for marketing? So a couple people have asked this question because Forex basically said that there's no marketing for Drip, and that's why he doesn't do anything for it. Well, now we have an incentive that the community is going to be running the marketing, and you can indeed donate $1 or donate an LP, or even better, so it's no Ponzi-nomics or anything like that. You can just create a garden. So if you create a garden under us, you're supporting yourself, and then we get the referral rewards. So this is super bullish and beneficial because, like I said, it supports the drip ecosystem. There's no sell pressure on the drip. We're going to burn that, and then we're only taking the BUSD LPs. And again, showing you the massive adoption potential from all over the globe. And we're going to target one specific area first, and specifically English speaking countries in this region, so that we have a lower barrier to entry, and also one specific social media marketing avenue. So you guys know me on my channel. I've stressed this MVP idea, a minimal viable product, and getting focused on one specific goal. And that is exactly what we're doing. So we're getting to one country, one specific demographic within that country, and one specific area within the ecosystem, that being the drip garden. And this will be an entire sales funnel, meaning we'll be able to take someone that is brand new to crypto, doesn't even know anything about it, and we'll be able to handhold them and walk them through the process and put them into a brand new community separate from the drip community that will actually support them and let them ask questions and gives them a positive onboarding experience. And then this will automatically support the drip ecosystem itself. So technically they should have a positive experience with the garden, because if we can onboard as many people as I'm thinking we can for very little ad spend, that will have a positive effect on the drip price, which has a compounding positive effect with leverage on the drip garden. and therefore they will be extremely happy about their entry. And I think Rock Ape touched on this in his channel. It's like, yeah, instead of trying to get one user with $1 million, we want to instead get 100,000 people with $10. And that's where these numbers come in. Now, take these with a grain of salt. That does not mean this is going to happen, because not all of these people are our target audience or avatar. But I just wanted to show you just these numbers. So here is China's population. Here's India's population. Now, again, these are not who we're targeting, because not everybody there speaks English, but just for context. So bear with me, because it's important that you see how these numbers work, because it's extremely bullish in my opinion. Whoa, way too big. That's what she said. Shouts out to Driptopian. All right, so we have these numbers, right? And I told you guys already that this is 12% of the India and China total population. So the US is 12% of the combined total population of India and China. And that's not counting the other areas. That's just these two. And I didn't feel like doing the rest, right? So here's a theoretical that I did for number of wallets in Drip. Right now I'm calling it 50,000 wallets. Technically, when you look, 50,000 users, individual unique people. When you look at the Faucet, there's 134. I believe there's closer to about 40,000 individual people, and there's about 3.5 to 4 wallets per person. But just for simplicity of numbers, we are going to say that there's 50,000 actual people. So they should have said people, purple people. And then of that, I'm saying 25,000 is US. Why is that? Because again, when I look at my channel analytics, I get 50% engagement here, and I only cover Drip content. So I'm assuming this would be a good extrapolation of that percentage, right? So if there are 50,000 unique people in Drip and 50% of them come from the USA, that gives us, of the total percent of the population of the United States, we have 0.0074% of US people in the Drip network. Hopefully you guys follow how I track that, right? So I'm saying that 25,000 unique people, and the total population is this. So if we have 25,000 people from the total population, that gives us this percentage. Now, here's where it gets very interesting, right? So you follow where I got the math from. And again, I know these are not all of our users, but there's also way more than these people. So this is not far-fetched to believe over time. Here is what you would get if we were able to tackle China and India with this exact same percentage. So if we were able to get 0.007% of China and India, that is 200,000 individual people. Now you multiply that by 10, that's $2 million added to the Drip garden, potentially, right? This can be a lot higher. It can be a lot less, but you can see how this is a bullish thing to be doing for the community, and it's for the community by the community, without any of the additional overhead or legislation, red tape that we'd have to go through if this was Forex and his team. So we can let them focus on developing the actual additional products, and we, the community, can create a community around the assets and ecosystem that we support and help them get onboarded as content creators. This is huge. This is what I keep mentioning on my channel, and what Ray was getting at about putting in your brick. So I personally don't have the same level of experience as Scott and Rock, right? Scott does this for a living. Rock has I went through a lot of courses as well. I did it for myself, for my drop shipping and all this other stuff that I do currently. But these two seem to kind of breathe it a lot more than I do. So what was my skill set? Well, my skill set was putting them all together and not just letting this to be an idea. It was executing on it, right? And taking action. So this is just one area. So you guys can support this by donating to this wallet, either by creating a garden or by airdropping, sending LPs to it, or B, just sharing this information, letting people know that this is a community driven project. You'll be able to check the contracts and see what we're doing with it. I plan on showing you guys the actual ads and the conversions, the behind the scenes stuff that we don't get from Forex and his team. There's no reason to not show these metrics and let you guys know what we're doing with the money, show you the ad spend. I'm perfectly happy with being transparent with that, because you guys deserve that. And the more support we get from you, then the more bullish this project can be. And again, what Rock Ape said on his video, this supports itself. So the more people that we can onboard into this and get through into the ecosystem, then the greater the drip price goes and the greater the actual money we generate from this is. And then the better our ads get. This basically can sustain itself. We go from one country targeting to another country, to another country, to another country, multiple different languages, and just keep on pushing, because the goal is to make drip a household name. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. You see where I got those numbers, and I hope you are as excited as I am for this. This is huge, huge, huge. I told you 2023 is the year the community takes back the drip network. All right. You guys know the drill. Smash that HBO special. Help a brother out. Like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Spritz Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.